By this message, I'm going to speak about tongues and the gift of tongues, which are two different things. Basically, I have a lot of people confused about tongues, which is their spiritual language, and I just want to clarify the difference. So in 1 Corinthians chapter 12 in the Bible, it talks about the gift of tongues. And the gift of tongues is where a person receives a word from God, which is prophecy basically, and it's for the church, and it comes through in God's language. That then has to be interpreted to the native language, whatever it is, English, Spanish, or whatever. And it's a message for that church. It's a message for the body of people there. So that's the gift of tongues. And I've had the gift of tongues maybe 2 or 3 times in my life, spiritual life as a Christian. But I have spoken in tongues nearly every day. So there is a difference. So now speaking in tongues, which it talks about in 1 Corinthians chapter 14 a lot, where Paul says, I speak in tongues more than all of you, is really about your personal prayer language. That is where your spirit is speaking to God. So it's a message, well, not really a message, it's a prayer from you to God. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, the gift of tongues is from God to you or to the whole congregation or the little group, however you're meeting at that time. So sometimes the interpretation is through a different person than the one giving the tongues, and sometimes it's the same person that interprets that gets the tongues. And that's what's happened to me on every occasion, is I've had the message in tongues from God, then I've interpreted it. So that's that. So now, knowing that we have a personal prayer language in tongues, we know that we can speak it anytime we want. We don't have to wait for anything. And so many people I meet, they're so, excuse the phrase, but they're so tongue-tied. They're kind of like, I can't speak in tongues, I can't speak in tongues. Well, in every instance, maybe bar 1 or 2, that person, without us having to pray for the Holy Spirit or anything like that, has started speaking in tongues. And it's just a simple act of faith. Now, if you have the Holy Spirit in you, you can speak in tongues. And I'm going to give you the simple understanding of it. When you're born from your mother, you were born with a soul that can speak, because as soon as you came out, you started to cry. You were born with a body that could speak, because you were thrashing around when you came out. Your arms and legs were going all over the place. The midwives would have been happy, and they'd say, this is a healthy baby, right? If you didn't do either of those 2 things, the midwives would know there's something wrong with you. Okay, now, when you're born from God, you are literally born from the Holy Spirit, a perfect person. Perfect. Your spirit is absolutely perfect. So, if your spirit is born perfect, it can speak in its own spiritual language, just like your soul and your body can. That makes you a complete triune being, where you can fully express yourself on the level of your spirit, on the level of your soul, and the level of your body. It's so logical. So now, if you want to start speaking in tongues, guess what? All you have to do is start speaking in tongues. It's no more complicated than that. So, as an act of faith, you open your mouth, you start making utterances that you've never made before, and that are not in your native tongue. That's what you need to do. So why not just get on and try it out and leave some feedback with me at the bottom in comments. And if you have any issues, feel free to contact me. I'm on TikTok as well, it's Stephen James, and I'm on Facebook, One Way Jesus Ministries. God bless you. Hope it goes well.